I'm back. And today will be another day of Stormworks, trying to get the multi-unit train to actually function like it should, where one input on one side also acts as input on the other side. So no matter what you do, both sides have the exact same number input, so I don't struggle. That's what we're going to try and do today at a minimum, and maybe some other random stuff on it. Try to make it work properly. If I think it's done, which probably it won't be, I might upload on the workshop. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, hello as well. Let's just jump into it. Hopefully it works. It does work. Hello. Last time when I tried this, or at least when I was streaming, I did satisfactory and didn't really like it. OBS shed itself multiple times. Wait, I can actually, let's see what my, yeah, it's on a video broadcast as well, so it is on the correct source. Yeah, video broadcast basically ended itself. Quite literally, it stopped working. The program just ended. So I struggled a bit with work, with stream, had to turn off my camera and all that stuff. But hey, it's working again, so. It's also Friday. Finally, the week's over. I'm gonna get stuck on 90% again. Again. Oh no, here we go. It's working. Is it gonna work? There we go. There we go. It's containing a large number of lights. Yeah. Let's see where we left off. I think... yeah, this is 1, right? It's 1. My phone is sliding off everything because my desk is a mess again. You clean up your desk and it's immediately a mess. This one is at the same point. If I go to 5, will it also be at the same point? No. I guess this one is the thing. Alright, this mess, yes. I need to put my chair properly for this because... so I can actually move some stuff, so I can put my chair close to the screen so I can see and focus better. Alright, we have input number 1. We have input number 2. Each one has to do with the other. So input 1 needs to end up with output 2. Wait, does it work the other way then? I know a large number of lights. I made this thing. It wants to go to 0. It does like to go down. But what happens is number 1 gets an input, which is... this is the off input. Let's see, that changes from a 0 to a 1. Then this goes from a 0 to a 1, which means... this delta value gets changed, and if it's within the threshold of this, it outputs what it needs to do, but it also outputs to an OR gate, so one or the other turns this to 0. Which means this delta is also 0 and doesn't change at all. It doesn't change any of these, but it does in the meantime increase this. This should work. This should just fully function. Last week my brain was just fried at that point and just nothing was working. So it turns the other off before acting upon. Wait, what kind of gate would I need? I need a capacitor. Capacitor. Because I feel like it prioritizes this, so all I need is to put a capacitor in between. Basically the activation of the other. Basically in between here. What if I put a threshold? What if I put a capacitor in there? Change to like 0.1 seconds. If this is what I have to do to get this shit to work, then I fully believe what Reddit says in that this game is broken. Because the Stormworks Reddit is, you do see some creations, but it is mainly turned into, the game is broken, We only need the charge. Well, we're gonna keep it on 0.1 for now. All I needed was some capacitors to increase time. So you know it actually, instead of changing it directly, first switched it off. Then I'm gonna be surprised. .76. If it changes it as well, then I'm going to be kinda dumbfounded. 0.2. Huh. Because this is now on 0.61, which means this is on 0.73. Worst part is it does work, it just adds a massive delay. Maybe if I delete the discharge time. Because why does that work? It just... How? .63 changed quite rapidly. Should mean this needs to be 0.63 as well. 0.68. If we put it to 0.4. This is 0.63. This hasn't changed. But if we put it to 0. This one is still 0.4. Put this to 1. What if I just have capacitors in there too? Because what it could be is that it takes... Stormworks has this logic order that it works in. That's my current train of thought. Stormworks has a logic order. Yeah, no, now it's broken again. Alright. So that just stops it from working. So what is happening is while it changed this, basically, while this is still acting, like let's say it changes so this less than 2 output comes in, that switches it, but in the meantime this input 2 is already going. Meaning it already detects this change, puts it into the delta, and then boom, mess. Which means that the threshold might be too... Yeah, but is the threshold too large then? What if I delete a singular 0 out of the system? Just a singular 0. I feel like it's just a issue with that. The threshold is now too sensitive. Is there a way to delay the signal? I need to delay the signal here in between. Negative becomes positive, no. Number to store, no. Threshold, no. Lamp. Yeah, I don't see anything that will... Wait a second. Could use a greater or a less than. You could just grab a greater than and a less than. Like if 1 is greater than 2, then increase 1 or increase 2, and if 1 is less than... Would that work? Hold on, what if I grab basically all of this? Or at least... Let's move all of these over here real quick. Move you there. Let's keep them connected for now. Can't I just use a simple greater and less than? Then you don't have to mess with deltas at all. It's 1 and 2. If A is less than B, so if 1 is less than 2, you have to increase 1. Increase... Greater than 1, greater than 2. What of? I'll just press Ctrl Z, then Ctrl X. Just going to assume this one is this. But what if it's greater than. What if A is greater than B, so 1 is bigger than 2? Then we need to increase 2. But it also has to work the other way. Which means this one goes to the bottom ones. This one goes to the top ones. And then we put Control V. No. Oh no, I deleted that, didn't I? Don't save. Edit microcontroller. I want to keep this as much as possible. X. Control V. There we go. Because if it is truly as simple as 2 less than 2 greater than, then what am I doing? You have 1 and you have 2, you have 1 and you have 2. These do need to be... These need to be at the top, then these needs to be at the bottom. Alright, let's see. If 1 is greater than 2, that means you need to increase 2. It's less than that. Then we need to be greater than 1, greater than 2. Hopefully this works. I'll be surprised if this is the easy solution, otherwise we'll just revert it back to its old state. I think I need to add capacitors in there. Capacitor. I think I will need like 2 of them. Or gates, maybe. These capacitors are obviously not the answer. Wait a second. Excellent. Because if greater than 1 wants to be active, greater than 2, so increase in 2, you don't want to decrease in 2. Which means this, basically. You can have 1, but if it tries to do both, it stops giving the signal. It might make it a one-way system, though. Yeah, that's 0.3 only. The other side to check it out. It struggles. Yeah, I think I have to work with the delta. Or let's just try dumb shit and see if it works. Because greater than 2, we don't want it to also become less than. That's the problem. We do just this. And then copy this system into here. And does it work? I know a large number of lights have been spawned in. I put it in myself. Great. Completely locked it in place. This one hasn't even moved. It's actually totally this one just start out fresh. Increase, call this actually increase because yeah. All increase, but call this decrease. So we need a delta. That's what we definitely need because we need to measure a change in number. Then once we change that change in number, we want to... They're doing a threshold gate in there. Two threshold gates actually. Because if input 1 measures a positive delta, which means it goes up, the low threshold should be 0.00001. This should be 1 as well. It should be minus 0. Lowest should be minus 1. Minus 0.001. Lot of zeros. Then we copy the same system over here. And update. Let's see what it is. Connected to increase in output 1. I'm seriously first trying it on the brakes. Yeah, fair enough. So I think everything's still... this is decreased too. This should be on that, and that should still all be connected properly. Let's try it first on the brake, I guess, because I do want the entire train to brake properly. Makes a lot of sense, actually. 0.61. Is it 0.61 as well? It is 0.61. It does work. It is only incredibly inconsistent in working because it keeps positive feedback looping into out of existence. And just oh, I might want to say cabin lights. Wait, I have an idea. It's going to be a very simple system. If it detects wheel slip in any of the wheels, it brings down the clutch to where it's no longer wheel spinning. Makes sense, right? After fixing these brakes. So, this does work. This simple mechanism does work. It is only incredibly inconsistent because it positive feedback loop in a weird direction. I'm gonna grab a snack out of my bag. There we go. Grab the snack from the bag. Because I'm gonna need food for this. Because food is a necessity. Or else you'll die if you don't eat food. Of course, I use that sentence as an excuse to eat a bunch, but... you know... There we go. So let's see what's happening here. You have the number 1, that it puts a delta, that it does like the decrease in output 2, which shows it a delta, which shows it, hey, there's a threshold there. These are good. Because then put in an OR gate to activate each one of them. So this if this is positive, let's say this is a 1, then it goes to this 1, which will increase input 2. That means that there will be a delta here. We don't want to detect that delta yet. So as long as there's delta here, increase output 2 wants to go there. Let's say this is a negative. It will make it go down. Which means it will try to decrease input 1, which means this will go there, which means this will go there, and which means this will go there. Will this work? Is it twitching around the 5-1? There shouldn't be a delta at the moment. It's all just 1. Bringing it to 0 works. Hear me out on this one. Hear me out on this one. I only care about this discharge time. What if that's the only thing I care about? This little discharge time. So it takes a bit to actually stop and undo the signal. So it has time to catch up before changing. This less twitchy. Let's see. Is the break, which is kind of important, you know. Or, oh, don't tap out of that game. Or has this... I feel like there should be just be a capacitor to hold the signal for a tiny little bit. Doesn't actually matter on which. Should probably put them on all of them. This obviously is not working as it should. That's clear. What if I... Again, why is the control key so close to the Windows key? Boom, boom. Which means it will keep it within threshold for just a bit longer. Probably turn into another bigger loop than it should be, but great, I've created a pulse. Awesome. Simply lovely. My idea was that what would happen is quite simple. Because they're at the same, because you have the threshold that's like 1, so it increases 2, but then it changes capacitor, meaning this OR turns on, meaning this will go to 0. Which this delta means it doesn't detect anything. Which means it won't try to do anything as well while this is increasing. But then once it runs out, it detects, we have value. What's probably happening right now is that the numerical switch box detects the output. It probably detects the switch from on to off, which is a different number. Registers it as a delta, which makes it immediately ping sky high. Which means it is entirely inaccurate. Zero 0.616667 0. Zero 0.67 or 76. Doesn't work at all. I am back at the same point, still stuck. Unable to solve a problem. It happens as soon as the delta stops. Because you see, the delta is just... What if I set it to way less sensitive? So the inputs it can make are just minuscule. Still think there should be a test bed area here where you can just input a signal and actually test your things for to spawn them into a creation. Zero 0.59166. Zero. I know a large vehicle has a loader that contains a large number of lights. I know there's a large number of lights. How is such a little bit of logic causing me so much trouble? This is happening. One happens. Increase output 2 while stopping this switch signal. So that turns into a 0, meaning this doesn't receive anything but still increases. But once it turns off, I guess so this reaches 1 as well. So I guess what happens is this switches off, it reaches 1. All of a sudden this delta reads, went from 0 to 1. We've changed. Now I have to increase output 1. What if we do this for the funsies? You know, cross some wires. Zero point 0.54. Zero. This one is tweaking as well. So that ain't it. Because what my thought was, it reaches it turns into a 1. I'm gonna increase output 1. Which means you'd think that if I were to do this, she would get into a decent feedback loop, right? Just, oh, we have to increase to that. But it keeps overcompensating, and I don't want that to happen. Zero 0.5. Should be on halfway. This one is at 0. Yeah, that's not the problem as well. So this entire part is done. I feel like this entire part is done right. But then it overcompensates for itself. Because it's just what it does is just output 1. Let's say this is a 1. It reads, this delta reads, hey, I'm a 1 now. Or there's a difference in number. Hey, that is within this threshold. It's the high threshold, it's 1. Oh well, then I have to increase the second output. That goes into here. Goes to the OR gate as well. Let me increase output 1. Output 2. We're going up, but we've turned this into a 0. That's why once these deactivate, these deactivate as well. Switch it. Because this doesn't read anything, because, oh well, it's 0. Who cares? Does nothing. But then, oh, we switch back. Oh, it's a 1 now. Oh, that means I must increase output 1. And then it increases output 1. But that means that this switches off. But this is already 1, which means it switches on. Oh, we've done a delta again, and then we have a feedback loop. It's just frustrating. And this one is crossing wires, hoping that there's just something that's linked incorrectly and that will just solve everything magically. Of course, it won't work, but who cares? .36. Also, the sensitivity can go all the way back up again. Because this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. And all I want to do is just make things work together. try and use Lua script, but I am not familiar enough with Lua script to do anything of that. I'm not coding. Yeah, they're out of sync now. More drink from TwitchCon bottle, because TwitchCon bottle. Now I have this test bed, which I'm just going to slap right there. So it is less laggy and everything. Hello, yes. Depends on what you see as fun. Yeah, because now all I've created is just a strobe light. Because this is very good. Like, if you go down, it does... If there's a delta, it's fine. But as soon as there's just no delta anymore, it just... Yoink. It just goes out the window. Even the slightest delta, and it's not even equal. It's around equal. But this is 1 and this isn't 1. I increase that, it increases that, I decrease that, this turns on. Alright, what is going on? Well, I've tried doing it with just greater than and less than. Just see, well, if it's greater than, then do this, and if it's less than, do this. And that half works, and trying it to work actually doesn't. I thought you just capacitors to delay signals to their connecting stuff, but that also doesn't work. I know this game is broken, but hmm. The thing is, what I think is happening is because you have the switch box in there, it reads out the signal. Like, let's say input 1 becomes 1. What it does, it reads this 1, it becomes 1. Alright, that registers. Nice. That means, oh, it's 1. We have to increase input 2. We switch this off, because, of course, you switch it off. So this goes to value on, which is 0. That means this delta doesn't detect anything at all. Which means it does nothing. But then this turns off because there's no more delta to be detected. This falls to 0 again, which means it is not within the threshold. This turns off. Oh, we are now suddenly not 0 anymore. We're 1. That means you have a delta of 1. Let's increase output 1. That switches this to 0. Which means this delta detects. Yeah, it's basically signal. Well, basically you create a feedback loop of this value on causes this delta to react. It said if it detects a signal to increase output 2, that turns this numerical switch box on, meaning it goes to 0. After the delta box. Huh. Whoop. This goes into the delta box, this goes into that, this goes into that, and this goes into that. Wave. Yeah. It does work better than before. Instead of just becoming all the buttons at the same time, it's just 2 buttons until one of them reached peak value, but let's see, let's think of what it's doing now. Yeah, the thing is, this system is for for train brakes. If it was buttons, I would just use external input. That is the easiest thing. Just external input on the other. Done. No more wasting. It's done. But no, that would be too easy. Of course, when you use levers, so we can go half on the brake. Same with the clutch. I want to go half on the clutch, half not on the clutch. Which means that red 1, which is 1, which does this, which turns this on, which turns. Yes, but it would require composite. Yeah, it would mean you have to use composite signal. Because I'm not creating just yes brake, no brake. I'm just thinking of what's happening here. Because we changed something, so I want to know what it's actually doing. Yes. Then you'd also need a dial to indicate the... Well, you have a value output here, which you can just send to a dial. I do want to use that though, just 2 buttons, because if that's the case, one of like 8 notches worth of brakes. Because train brakes usually work with notches. Which is nice because you can just apply. What I could do is get a composite signal, like a instrument panel with 2 buttons, one for up, one for down, on each side of the train. Yeah, the problem is they have to work together. They have to actually actively work together. And that's the tricky part. Wait a second. Hold on. No, that wouldn't make sense. No, never mind. I thought, what if we delete these numerical switch boxes, just replace them with the up and down. Just put the up and down behind the threshold. Make that go in here. I have no way to control it anymore. Yeah, you can basically have both inputs. Just put some OR gates together and make sure that it's... Yeah, it would just mean you grab some OR. Just... It would be as simple as this. Then of course make this... Clamp should be between 0 and 1. Shame you cannot use function stuff in here. That would be the solution, but yeah. Because if I just update this, if I go to the actual multiple unit that I'm using it on, like it has an older version, but you can at least see what the interior looks like. Like you just have your brake and your clutch here. I mean, with clutches, it could also work. Yeah, just slap a dial above it. I guess that would work. And of course, it was on the autosave that I've now removed. Aha! I'm a genius. Backups. Oh wait, I'm in this one. Backups. Yeah, it is, but I mean, with how simple it actually is, that what we're building, which would mean that all of these can actually just be deleted. I'd rather start again. We need 1 input, 2 input. These will be composite inputs from both instrument panels. And we just need 1 output from number, which is the output. Input, or out, oh wait, I've changed this into an output, don't I? And all of this, gone. Do we want to read on off? Yes, we do. We want to do a total of... True. Well, it doesn't matter. Well, it doesn't matter as long as, because I'm planning on actually just... This might be easier for me because this means I can say this input 1, this input 2. As long as these two are split. I can use channel 1 on both and just channel 2. Because what is it gonna do? It is not connected to each other at all. One or the other. Then goes into an up and down. Wait, this is not the right way to do this. It needs to be connected in a different way. I guess the 1s will be connected to each other and the 2s will be connected to each other. And then the 1s will be the up and the 2s will be the down. And then we're gonna clamp it on 1 with... let's grab my calculator on my phone real quick. I need to connect to a charger because I have 17% left. Perfect. Calculator. 1 divided by 8. Increments of 0.125. 1/8 because 8 notches. Wait, hold on. You want to save this? Pulse box. I first want to see if this works. If it doesn't work, then... First of all, it has definitely lost some weight, but I first have to set up the brakes. Instrument panel. With a dial above to oh no wait, I don't even need the dial above. I can just say instrument 1. Arrow button. Instrument 2. Arrow button. Pointing. No, instrument 2 needs to be nothing. Thank you. Arrow button down, channel 2. 4 will be channel 3, I guess? Wait, hold on. I need to go back in. Because I just realized. Right. Number. Write me a number. Add this as in composite output. Output. Number. Start channel, I guess a 3. Because if we want to have a dial that indicates it. What if I have a bar segment? What are all these connected to anyway? These are all connected to the cabin power. Let's get the composite connected. Output number goes in here, while the out signal goes into here. Then I'm not doing a bar segment because I am not wanting to do more bullshit. Back to the dial we go. From 0 to 1 on channel 3. Because I'm lazy, I'm just going to do this. And that seems to be the correct place. Boom. Connected. Connect out signal to connect output number to it as well. There we go. It would work, but if it has to set up, I'm not doing it. After like over 1,000 hours of this game, I still don't really know a lot about logic. Doesn't have power. I guess I just chose the side that doesn't have power yet, didn't I? Yep. No power. It doesn't want to go down. Maybe I should actually connect my logic. You know? Yeah, I notice it's Friday. And for me it's already like 9:15 in the evening. Yeah, I see what you mean now. The I see what you mean. Yeah, I got 1/8. That's what you mean with having to break up the signal. Because of every tick. So I don't forget to charge my phone before the battery runs dead. That's the neat part about having a 3D printer. You can 3D print a phone stand, which actually works as a phone stand, and you can actually charge. That's the thing with phone stands, right? How do you charge your phone while it's on a phone stand? You can't, which means it doesn't work. But yeah. Depends on the phone stand, yes, but most phone stands don't take into account a charger. And the length you need also depends entirely on the thickness of the cable or the port. 0.01 would also be a good idea. That means it at least would move smoothly, which means that... Yeah, I'll lose my increments, but honestly, yeah. Now for the tricky part, I've replaced that, but I kind of need to do the same for the clutch here. Because the clutch needs to happen as well. So I guess we're grabbing this, copying it, moving it to the side one thing and pasting it. Using the exact same logic on the other side as well. Because yes. Copy. Boom. Go this. Break. Break. Decrease. Break, increase. Boom. Clutch increase. Wait. Why is no... What? What? Come on. Sure. Oh, come on. That's something I didn't know, if you can tell. Oh wait, no, we don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. We want to do this. Why didn't I know that before? Come on. Well, definitely it wouldn't have saved me, but it would have made it easier, because sometimes you grab something, you think you have it all, you remove it, you realize I'm missing a bit, and then you grab it. And then you have to grab that. Just one Control Z away, but would have saved me, like, in my 1,000 hours, maybe like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. You know, if only this game had a good proper tutorial. Yeah, it is massive quality of life. Now that brings me back on the idea that I still have to work out, which is making Stormworks tutorials that are actually, yeah. Yeah, but I do want to save my microcontrollers. This is up for the break. What's also nice about this is I can actually connect the brakes properly. Like, this would just be the clutch. So this just 2 clutches, or 4 clutches actually. Yes, this is a jet powered train. Not even jet electric, just jet straight up powers the train. Yes, can go 300. Yes, I have derailed it multiple times. But I want to get both jet engines to work properly. I still have to provide it with electricity. Come on. Just when you think shit starts working, you forget electricity. Yeah, just no matter how many hours you get, you always just have... Yeah, look, now... Now it don't work. Why no work? Hello, why don't work? Why you work, but why you don't work? Did I fail to Nobody saw a thing. Nobody has seen anything. No one has seen anything that has been forgotten. No one has... No one... Nope. Totally isn't being recorded and uploaded as a VOD as well. Nope, not at all. Yeah. Oh hey, my system works now. Yeah, let's actually start up the jet engine. I'm gonna let off the clutch. But this is just one of the engines. The other one, which is on the other side, still want that to start as well. Right. And have to ease out of this. Well, because otherwise the train starts to move as soon as I give it a signal. As soon as the RPM starts going, the train starts going as well. Probably should actually change this clamp from 0.25 because the normal clutches only really start transmitting power once they're at 0.3. At that point they start to work, otherwise no working. But the system I currently have is I have a jet engine, which has some empty space to make it equal, fuel tank, directly powering the wheels. Which means that if you don't have a clutch, things go bad. Especially because of a reverse. Yeah, those ones work from 0. But small clamp works. If I just say work from 0.25. On the other side as well. F is a really nice key for that. Alright, now let me get rid of something that annoys me still. There we go. With that fixed. Now I have to get both. It's just the throttle in. Yeah, how am I gonna do that? I could get the same system to work for. Yeah, I could do that. I could just be incredibly simple right now, because I can get both jet engines to turn on at the same time. Because what this button does is go there, but what it can also do is go to the exact opposite side of this and just do the exact same thing as well. Like, these both turn each other on now. Like, this button turns on the exterior part and compressor and all that stuff. That's the jet starter. But what about this part here? This lovely little part that indicates RPS of the jet engine. Needs to be the same on both sides. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna press H to see what I've selected. What we're gonna do. It's a sneaky little trick that I've just made. 0, I guess. Yeah, but I'm not going to do that. I guess we're gonna go to 30. I'm just going to grab the... this will work as well. Because the output will be the exact same. This will be throttle in as well. This one will be copied over. here. Got that. Maybe later. Maybe later if it's actually, you know, if I actually have the skills in Stormer's logic. Which I now currently don't have. Alright, now if we don't forget to give it power yet again. Sometimes it could be handy, but I'd rather just use what I made myself. Because that is just personally for me more for a learning experience.
Hello.
Hello.
I was like, should I end stream? I was like, nah, sure will keep me awake.
You're hoping on me keeping you awake. That's a good one.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how to continue with the arena, like the spoof arena. Maybe water would keep me awake. Stay hydrated.
Yeah. I realized a problem. I realized a massive problem. Oh. That's a good one. I realized if you have both sides of the train run forward, which way does the train go?
Well, if it's
If both sides go forward.
If it's the same train.
It's the same train.
It will not go anywhere. Then it will not
yes.
Go anywhere.
I figured that one out as well.
Well, what did you expect?
I've been forgetting to connect electricity. Or even the entire microcontroller. I am not awake.
Sure. That seems like a problem.
No.
Sure, I don't know if you know this. Also, the dome really is too small. And I did find out there is, in fact, a scale option.
And I've changed one gearbox, but it didn't change the second gearbox. Meaning, 3 of the 4 driven train wheels were going the right direction.
Theoretically, I could make the dome bigger. Without too much effort.
This is a great way to see how many RPS you need to keep the power generating. Also, just one singular part can run to the Arctic. Right, it needs basically needs 14.5. Oh, come on. I need to stop for the signal. I still need to put a remote signal in this.
That looks like
Doors.
an elevator, somewhat. It should do. Maybe.
Also, I made incredibly scuffed doors.
That's fine. I made an incredibly scuffed elevator.
If you want to use the other
But it
cabinet, I
works.
just have to press reverse on both sides and then it should work. It should indicate 26, 26, 14, reverse, brake off, clutch in. Yeah, it works just the same.
Maybe that? This looks interesting, maybe.
It's just that I have to press reverse every time. That's something I can work on as well, but I first want to enjoy going fast.
You know, this actually looks like an elevator. We're going with this, except that what looks like the door is right now a hole to your death.
I was thinking you can make a very
And if you
simple...
don't press the button, then it is a hole to your death.
Now I can make a very simple anti-slip system. Just if there's wheel slip. Yeah.
Now it's touching the dome.
But I know a very easy trick to make an anti-slip system for the wheels. Just if it detects slip, it decreases the clutch. To the point where there's no more wheel slip. What happened?
No, nothing. That's
Well, how?
set the dome by one block, and that would actually fix my problems. But that's not. I'm not doing that.
Yes, welcome to storm rooms where doors just move on their own.
Interesting.
Yeah, but how did this get damaged?
You hit it.
New oil spill. Where is the oil spill? Why is there an oil spill? Can I go faster? No, or...
What if I did that?
We're wheel slipping. As soon as you start wheel slipping, you just lose all of your speed.
Just don't slip.
I'm not slipping, my wheels are slipping. Mainly because one of the sets is actually damaged. I feel like 100 miles an hour should be fine enough for training Stormworks. Wait, aren't we draining fuel like a madman right now? We are.
Would it be bad if this touched dome?
Yeah.
Actually, no. No, that's fine.
I think we just blew through a station as well.
Going out like this.
If I actually know when the wheel slip happens.
this does actually need to be perhaps.
Oh, hey, random tornado.
I don't know about this. Hmm.
Let's first check out what actually damaged it last time. Yeah, just... There was a single unit though. But the bottom of the middle part is just filled to the brim with fuel. Start getting up to speed. Like I spent an entire stream making this do an Arctic run.
Wait, I just realized something.
Where does it get damaged?
You're here. You want to go down?
Where does it pick up the damage? I don't...
I may have made the worst elevator in existence.
Why would the doors be damaging it? That hasn't happened to me before. Why is Stormworks like this? Right now with one less... Fair enough. The game is basically Looney Tunes physics combined with engineering. Combine that with devs that don't care about their own game.
That's all.
Even how fucked up Stormworks development is going, they're rather adding space and fishing. Well, I agree with the fishing bit, but they rather add space
Yes,
than fix their own game.
as a FNAF fan, you should know that going into space is always the logical next step.
Freddy in space, come on.
I kind of want to play that because it's inspired by Metro. You know what I found out?
What?
You know what one of the games is that Scott Cawthon worked on before?
No?
He made like a Metroid game, like literally Metroid, right? Like a Metroid fan game, where you travel through worlds of different video games. So like you have parts of Super Metroid, but then you also have, or maybe it was Zero Mission, I don't know. But then you also have Sonic and Mario. You can just go through all that as Samus.
Also, a bit of sad news about FNAF. You know, special delivery. That got shut down today.
Aww.
I mean, what is it with popular franchise and suddenly starting like a random AR game?
No. Do I still have Minecraft AR on my Minecraft. Let's tell Minecraft Earth. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, I could... But now it hasn't damaged it. It honestly doesn't have that much to travel. Otherwise, I just connect it with something like a connector and just...
Oh, yep, I do. I do still have Minecraft Earth.
Yeah, and I still have now special delivery, but...
Oh, I have that too. But I played that like twice.
Yeah.
Same with Minecraft Earth, actually. You know what the main thing is that I did in Minecraft Earth?
What?
Use the skin maker, because that for some reason wouldn't work on my Switch, but it would work on my on Minecraft Earth on my phone, so I would make skins on my phone and then use them on Switch.
Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. That is exactly what Mojang intended, you know?
Also, do you know what I want to try sometime as well?
Yeah, that looks weird.
Paint a 3D print that I've done.
Ooh, that's...
Like, I would just go for basic... I would just go for a basic spray can, just rattle can black. Because that's easy to apply. I've worked with it before. It's basically just sand it down.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do that, you should look into how to actually do it, like what kind of paint is good for that and stuff.
Eh. Just grab the...
That's important, Jewel.
grab the cheapest paint you can get and send it.
No. No, Jewel. That's not how that works.
Yes, it is.
No. Because different paints will stick better to different things.
I know, but do I care? No.
If you want it to look good, then yes, you should.
Do I care about it looking good? No.
Why would you otherwise paint it?
To not make it piss yellow.
Then why not go all the way? Or
Well, I
just
mean...
order different plastic to put in.
Well, the thing is, the different plastic takes time before it arrives.
Yes.
And I also first want to actually, you know... and still use what I have before starting something new.
Yeah. So?
Well, the paint also takes time for the rise, but just basic cheap spray paint I can easily get. Like I can just go to a store, buy a couple of cans of that. That's not the difficult part. Difficult, not even sandpaper, just a matter of sand it down, clean it with some alcohol to actually degrease it as well, and just make sure it's clean. And have a clean, rough surface to work with. Slap some paint on it, let it dry, boom, you're done. At least that's how it works with metal.
Yes, but still. So, okay, wait. Do I keep it like that? But this looks weird. What do I do with the entrance thingy? The elevator hole.
This is an annoyance for me.
Well, then we are in a similar boat then.
No, I have a different annoyance. Welcome to Stormworks. Buttons can have, or at least toggle buttons. If I grab a toggle button, which, oh wait, that's below here. It has a default state. Oh, wait, you do it that way, of course. Let me just change this back to normal then. Change this back to normal. See, where does this get its signal from? Composite signal. 4 buttons. Specifically this one. Which channel is reverse? Channel 1 is reverse. Not. There we go. Problem solved professionally, actually.
Okay, that will actually make things easier.
The way I solved the problem with the reverse, because this is off, so I guess this shied. Yes, this shied. No. Does it still work though? Let's shut the cabin.
Oh yeah, actually that's better. Okay.
Ah, it works.
Oh wait,
Know what I could also...
Oh wait, shit.
You know what I could also do?
I could just move the button. I can move that button to the other side.
If I just let the clutch become way less sensitive, then you're not going to have wheel slip at all, because you cannot increase the clutch quick enough. You cannot, like, this, the brake applies pretty quickly, which is good. You need to have a quick brake. But the clutch requires a long time to get up and get you going. What I've...
Why is my internet thing flickering?
Which one?
My Wi-Fi extender.
Oh.
That's concerning.
Right, if I hold the clutch now, we'll start slipping. Ah, we will.
Oh, and there goes my screen. Okay, cool.
But you're still here.
I know. But, my screen just reset. Whatever. You know what? That's my call sign. I will end it. Even my internet is agreeing that I am too tired for this. Do I like this, elevator building? I do. But it definitely needs some changes.
Look, lights. And I'm still generating power.
A little strange. And a little small. But it is a good start. I do kind of like it. No, no, no. Too symmetrical, too symmetrical.
Sounds like the jets are dying.
But
Oh, they are not. Boom. Should put an OR gate. Because now you have red lights behind at the back. The the thing is, right?
It'll do.
I already have 2 small generators attached to the drive shaft. I could add more. I could just start stacking small generators or just slap a couple medium ones, but don't have the space for that.
But I am gonna end my stream. So yeah, bye. I really need to get an intro and an outro.
Even I have an intro and outro at this point.
I don't.
Like, a good Gears would work, yeah. A smart thing to start with an intro is what I usually do, is I just say, well, first of all, hello, because greeting. Then you basically say what you're gonna do. Maybe say like a couple things that have happened. And then, boom. But I'm really glad I got most of the multiple unit things to work. And it's pretty fast as well. Then build a fishing boat. I'm not stopping you. Funniest part is, it pulls it back in. Well, you could do that actually. You can do actual trawling with a bunch of just ducts, basically hoppers. Just move them through the water, and the fish will just get caught in that. Hey, there's probably the same tornado.
I will also get doing.
You're leaving the call as well.
Yes. I had a busy day, man. It's I have to ace my English exam. And,
Sure. Yeah.
You know how hard I worked for that? You know,
Is it stuck?
I looked at that presentation for a good 0 times before that exam, you know?
Yeah.
Because it had to be someone's birthday. I didn't have time.
You just had to be born on specifically that day, didn't you?
I
It's
knew
us.
I should have been born a day early so that I had time to prepare for this English exam. It's not like I could have looked at that 2 days ago.
Yeah, no, it had to be.
What did you even get for that exam?
Like a 6 or something, but mainly because of incredibly lack of preparation on my end. Because, you know, you have to give the presentation but then hold a conversation afterwards, and that part I just completely
Yeah.
flopped.
Well, my answers were too short there, so it's a 9.7 instead.
Yeah.
But it was literally just because he was surprised that I talk without an accent. Because he said that because of my name. And I was like, wait, But Jim is an English name, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll take it, I guess. Now I'm justified for that 10 in my Dutch exam. Hold up.
There we go. I'm going to definitely real quick on Discord. Just really quickly. There we go. Then we're going to go and just end it here. Because, yeah, I am tired and the motivation to continue on this train is getting a bit less. But now that I've actually done something, which I'm still very happy that we've actually managed to do something, is incredibly nice. Knowing that I can do stuff is good. And learning, of course. But yeah, that will be it for this week. This will be uploaded as a VOD on YouTube, and I've also started to upload some YouTube shorts because they are A, incredibly easy to make, and B, why not? But yeah, be sure to check that as well. Don't forget to join the Discord if you have any ideas as well for what I should either make, play, do on stream, whatever. Just drop me either in chat or in the Discord. And if you're in there and you see me being live, then I'm probably in a other channel, still on the server. And if you go to the general voice channel, then I might hang out afterward. If you're there, just, have a chat, fun stuff. Yeah, that will be all for me today. Hopefully see you guys Wednesday. Goodbye.